moving on then is the power plant assembly. Simple, two pieces. Oh, well, then we're nearly finished. Smoke launcher, and that's pretty much it. So I'll quickly cut the power plant off. This should be pretty easy to clean up as well, because it's just, well, I'll say no, actually this one, it's attached in multiple places. Oh, and because it's a smokestack, well, the exhaust pipe seam, sorry. Oh, I'm thinking of War Machine smokestacks. I like drilling them, but I'm a bit unsure. Oh, actually, no, they're pre-drilled. Hey, never mind. Oh, that's a big bit to cut. Right, there we go. Yeah, I think these are actually already got the holes already. Yes. Thank you, Games Workshop. I suppose a disadvantage of having the holes pre-done is the fact that this is now two pieces, and I guess that's the only way to do it. I'd rather have solid piece bolters than deal with the I wonder if I've got to film this. Than deal with the imagine two halves of a bolter that you had to put together. But then again, some of the older sprues, they practically look like two halves of a bolter has been glued together and not lined up very well. But I guess that's just the molds are old, so the two halves don't quite line up as they used to. Oh well. Just quickly clean these up. In the comments, let me know if you think that I'm spending too much time cleaning up, or not enough, or what, or how much time do people spend on average? If you, that would be interesting to know. Put down how much time do you spend on average on the model, like a Dreadnought. Do you spend this much time? Do you not bother with clean up as much as this, or do you spend a lot more time doing it and you're more careful? What kind of techniques do you use as well? You know, I'm not trying to teach any sort of be all and end all technique. If someone can teach me a way to do this but do it better, then that'd be great. Because cleanup's a bitch. It takes ages, I think, anyway. Well, you've been watching me do it, so this is typical how long I'll take doing cleanup. Yeah, it's pretty universal. Obviously, the bigger or the newer the model, I guess sometimes less cleanup. The Death Company sprues I had in my Battle Force box that I used to convert into Assault Marines, those sprues were brilliant. I saved them till last when I was going through the box, clipping everything off sprues. Don't know why, but I'm glad I did, because it was such a breath of fresh air after spending hours and hours cleaning up all the other Space Marine sprues. These ones are just so crisp and so detailed, hardly any mold lines on them, and it's kind of like it's I've noticed they've just been really clever placement of mold lines along the edges, and so even if it's there, even if it's really big and visible, all it really does is sharpen an edge of something, which is fine. So if you don't even want to do it, you can just leave it, it'll still look great. Okay, these two parts just slide together. Dead easy, so I'll just put a bit of glue on the places that touch. you have to be quick when you do it this way because this stuff just dries so quickly. It's not made for putting on to a surface and then bringing the two parts together. It is really made for this purpose of where you have the parts together already and then you weld the seams together. But you know, if you're quick or if you put enough of it down, it'll work. Just getting the glue on the seam of the exhaust. Tricky. So the ridges and the bumps, these holes here. I have no idea how many videos will be uploaded up to this point, because I'm just doing this in one go, and then I'll break each video off into 15-minute segments. But if you're watching this far, then thank you for watching me. And if you're just joining in for some strange reason, you haven't watched any of us, this miniature, once it's finished, will be on sale. And the cool thing about that is it's kind of like, you know what you're getting, you just watch me make it, and you will watch me paint it, so you know exactly how much work's gone into it, how much effort, and the like. So, one power plant. As far as I'm aware, that just bolts right on the back. So let me just take our little dready apart. That is a bit stiff. I don't like that. Let's fix that. Let's make. You know what? No, I'll leave it. So this just covers up that nice big hole. Oh, you see, now this is cool. So, how I did glue this, I would just put glue along each of these edges. Nice healthy amount. Push it on. Oh, I know I keep plugging this glue, but another cool thing about the fact that this has a brush applicator, you can wipe it on the side. You can get either as much or as little as you want. And the fact that it's a screw top lid in a glass bottle, like, you're always going to be able to get glue out of this. This, on the other hand, I actually had a look at this the other day. This is just this liquid gluing. But how the hell do you clean the dried up glue that's inside this metal needle? I don't know. So this is effectively dead unless I pull the needle out, which then defeats the whole purpose of it. But yeah, so if you ever run into problems like that, get something like this. Tamiya extra thin cement. It's brilliant. Just, it is the best plastic glue I've ever used, and it was from modelling, traditional, model aircraft and stuff, forums and video tutorials and like, where they use it on a lot, but I've never seen anyone use it. Never seen anyone use it in the miniature industry. They usually use, the thicker, more viscous stuff that just gets everywhere, and apply it from a tube and it stays on the tube, and you get stringy bits, and they're just don't know how I put up with it for so many years. So there we go, completed body. In fact, there's only 3 more pieces to attach. That would be the smoke launcher and the very small Imperial symbol thingy. So we'll just clip those off now. Tiny little thing. And smoke launcher. I wish the smoke launcher was one piece. I'm worried now because it's 2 pieces. You're gonna have to glue them together and line them up and make sure they look nice. And little pieces like that come in 2 parts, a pain in the ass. I just think, you know what? Make it one solid piece, and we'll drill the holes out if we want to, rather than 2 pieces that you can never get together properly. Or you can get together, but they're so small that you can never line up. I don't know. Just ranting left, right and centre in this. So I'll try to just clean these up. Got to be careful doing this kind of technique here, because it's so easy to just cut too much plastic. I think I just did it then as well. Whoops. It's battle damage, that's what it'll be. Yeah, just gentle cuts, you know, don't just gouge in there, because that's gonna do you no good. I guess when they do it in two parts you don't get the seam line, because they'll put the seam line on the actual edge of the piece. So there's pros and cons for both. Maybe I shouldn't complain until I actually see how this goes together. There's a bit of plastic in there. Let's have a look. That's not bad. I mean, yeah, that's fine. That, with the fact that we've got this awesome glue that just is made for this kind of work. I'll dab a little bit of glue here, and then I'll just drop this on top, and I'll gently squeeze them together, not too hard. I don't want the glue to squirt out if there is any excess, and then line it up as best I can. And now hopefully this glue itself will just weld these surfaces together and make them look really nice, look like a solid piece rather than two. Oh, it is fiddly work, this. So let's use a tool. So I've just got a clamp on it. It's one of those clamps that sort of wants to hold itself shut. Can't think what it's called, but you know, it's one of them crosses. It's so handy to have. Got a few of them. Just put a bit of glue like that in the centre. Swirl it around. That'll weld up the seams on from the inside as well, and smooth the top. So hopefully this won't look like two pieces joined together too much. Well, it kind of does, but we could sand each side of the smokestack. And then this small little doodad just needs a bit of clean up on the top of these wings. Small bits are the worst to clean up. They're so difficult to hold, let alone get to the bit where you're cleaning them up. Just keep scraping off plastic until it's relatively smooth. And then just get there we go. Right, so this little thing, it actually has a place to go. I thought it would just glue on. The top is there's a little gap where it sits there. So to do that, I'll just put a little bit of glue there already. Pick this up, sit them in the gap.